But what about
hey, hurry up and keep playing.
Snapchat, so we can remember this.
I'm
what are we doing last
sleep
week?
con.
Fuck!
Wait, let me stand back.
Come on!
Oh, why not?
Come on!
Oh, you won! You had to fucking talk!
60k, 60k.
Alright, not bad.
Let's see the lens.
Fuck.
How about we go to original? It's been unfortunate.
Sending it to the group chat.
Boys, what are you doing? Nothing, man.
Alright, Sam, Josh, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, my boy. I'm gonna get out of here now.
So today we're going to be looking at what we consider to be new public health and the social element of health. Now, before we get into it, understand that in SAT questions and exam questions, often the biomedical approach is compared to the social one. Okay, so as we're going through it, I want you to think about how it compares to the biomedical approach. What are the similarities between them and what are the differences as we go through? So we'll start off with what we mean by new public health. So new public health is an approach to health that expands the traditional focus upon individual behaviour change to one that considers the physical, socio-cultural and political environments that impact health, also referred to as the social model of health. Now, the main distinction between this and old public health is that old public health only really focuses on the physical environment, right? So we spoke about how, like, trying to improve sewerage and sanitation and the housing environments is built in. They're all physical components whereas new public health, the social model, takes into consideration socio-cultural factors and also politics as well. Okay, so it goes beyond just the physical environment that people are living in. So it's broader. So as it says there, the social model of health is an approach that recognises improvements in health and well-being can only be achieved by directing efforts towards addressing the physical, socio-cultural and political environments of health and having an impact on the population. So the main point I'm trying to make here is that the social model is much broader. It's not just focusing on those physical aspects, it's looking beyond at what impacts health. So you can see a little diagram there. Obviously there are a number of things that impact health, meaning people's food, their general health behaviours, their genetics, obviously of course their environment as well, and the services that they have available to them. Okay. So the social model is relatively new, and it mainly gained its attraction in the 1970s. Up till now, we've been talking about policies and practices that have been put in place since the early 1900s. These came into play around the 1970s, so a bit later on. And it was developed in response to many lifestyle diseases increasing, and some population groups not experiencing the same improvements in health and well-being as the rest of the population. So we know that old public health practices and policies were put in place to reduce what type of conditions?
Infectious diseases?
Yeah, infectious diseases, right? Because that's what was the main contributor to mortality. However, as all those policies and practices got put in place, there was a reduction. There was quite a large reduction in infectious diseases and the impact that they were having on health. And instead, we were seeing more lifestyle diseases. So more about like cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, that sort of stuff. So we needed a new model that was going to address that. Okay, and that's why the social model was created. We also could see that some populations were seeing lots of improvements in their health and well-being, and others were not. Okay, so obviously that kind of tells us, well, it's not just about the physical environment, but it's about the socio-cultural factors that are contributing to some groups having better health than others. Right, and we've looked at all of that when we looked at the different population groups. So, for example, we can talk about male. Now, even though infectious diseases were relatively under control, the causes of non-communicable disease were widely understood. Many groups were still developing these conditions. As a result, the new public health, or the social model of health, was developed to focus on the socio-cultural and environmental factors that have a significant impact on health status. So, for example, things like creating laws, so smoking bans, road safety laws, seat belts, that sort of thing. Education campaigns, so THC ads were really big, particularly in the late 1900s, and we will have a look at them next week, or later this week actually. We'll look at some examples of educational campaigns that were coming out. That also was facilitated by advancements in technology. So with advancements in like televisions, for example, we could have advertisements that spread awareness of those types of things. And empowering people by providing information about healthy food, like the health star rating on food and how to read food labels. So essentially improving health literacy, okay, to prevent people from getting conditions. So from the social model, they essentially developed 5 principles, or 5 things that they would like any sort of initiative or any sort of program that's put in place as part of the social model. they want that program to address these principles. Okay, so there is 5. You do need to know each of them, like word for word. And as it says there, you should be able to explain them. You should be able to explain what each one means. And the main sort of thing that you'll get given either in your SAP or in exam is you'll be given a case study. And therefore you've got to have a look at the case study and see, okay, where in the case study does it empower individuals and communities? In the case study, does it act to enable access to health? Okay, that's really the main skill that you're going to need for this part, and you'll need it for other roles. Okay, so we're going to kind of start the skill today and then we'll build on it tomorrow. So our principles, there is an acronym called AREAS. If you're an acronym person, that helps you. Otherwise, they are acts to enable access to healthcare, empowers individuals and communities, addresses the broader determinants of health, involves intersectorial collaboration, and acts to reduce social inequities. Now the good thing about these, and same with Ottawa tomorrow, is that the language that's being used is indicative of what it means, right? They're not like trying to trick you or anything. It pretty much means what it says. Okay, so that kind of helps you a little bit. So we'll come back to the strengths and limitations, but let's go through each one. Okay. So intersectorial collaboration. All that means is that we know that the greatest gains that we see in health status occur when sectors work together. Okay? Now that could be the health sector, the education sector, the legal sector, what else was there? Non-government sectors. So when we have multiple organisations working together, that's when we have the most success. Okay? So if I give you a case study and you can see that there are multiple bodies that are working together on a specific initiative, then you know it involves intersectional collaboration. Okay? Just some examples there. So road safety, the TAC, which is a non-government organisation, works with schools, community groups, sporting organisations, and the health sector to promote the road safety. Okay? We've got multiple people working together. That's going to be successful. Does that make sense? Okay, so this one is just making sure that multiple different areas are working together. Addresses the broader determinants of health. So this is looking at, does the program or the initiative take into account sociocultural factors or environmental factors that can contribute to health? So things like income, so NPS essentially, housing, access to healthcare, cultural barriers, cultural norms. Does the program take into account those kind of broader things that can impact our health and address it? Okay, for example, with Indigenous health campaigns, the campaign would need to be addressing like cultural appropriateness, because that's going to play a big role in improving Aboriginal health and well-being. Empowers individuals and communities. So individuals and communities are more likely to embrace health programs if they play a part in planning and delivering them. Okay? So this is kind of looking at, do the individuals and the communities that the program is targeting, are they actually involved in delivering the program or planning it? Okay, we know that, let's say we'll use the example of Indigenous Australians. If they're actually involved in planning the program for their community, they're going to have so much more insight, right? They'll be able to make sure that it's appropriate and that it's relevant and that it's successful. Okay, so if they're involved in the planning and the delivery of the initiative, it's more likely to be successful and therefore it is empowering individuals and communities. so that's part of it. They should also be given the skills and resources that they require to improve their health. So if you see in a program that the program or the initiative is essentially trying to provide people with skills or resources or knowledge, then it is empowering individuals and communities to make good health choices. Okay, so for example, teaching healthy eating programs or what foods are healthy, etc. We're empowering individuals and communities. We're teaching them, giving them new knowledge to help them have better health. Okay, so this one can sort of be demonstrated in two ways. It can either be by stimulating the heart and saving delivery, or providing people with skills and resources. Okay. This one is often, you can often apply it to almost any scenario that you're given or any sort of program that you're given. Increase access to healthcare is very indicative of what it means. We obviously know that having access to healthcare significantly improves health status. Many people still lack access to healthcare for a variety of reasons, whether they be economic, they can't afford it, geographic, they live too far away, language, etc. These barriers must be addressed in order to promote health and well-being. So we could say that if we've got a specific community that tends to speak a dominant language, if we have a health worker go into that community who is able to speak the language, then we are increasing access to healthcare. We're making healthcare more accessible for that. And so it's kind of like, how is the program increasing the ability for people to access healthcare? There's another example there. So breast cancer vans that travel around Australia. So they are essentially vans with healthcare professionals that go to different communities around Australia and promote awareness or increase access to healthcare as well. And lastly, acts to reduce social inequalities. Now, be careful with this one. It is not inequities, it's inequalities. Okay, so just got to be careful with your language there. So as I said, socio-cultural factors may contribute to many of the inequities experienced between population groups. In order to improve health and well-being in disadvantaged groups, these inequities must be specifically targeted. So we know that when we looked at like social equality and social equity, that obviously our disadvantaged groups are going to experience more disadvantage, right? They're not going to be as educated, they're likely not going to be able to access as much healthcare as the rest of the population. So if we can assist those disadvantaged groups as much as possible to get them to the same level as everyone else, then the program will be reducing social inequities. Okay, so as I said there, for example, providing welfare payments. Let's say we've got someone who has a disability and therefore is unable to work. By providing them with a welfare payment, it might mean that therefore they're more able to purchase nutritious foods. Okay? That's acting to reduce social inequities. Trying to bring everyone up so that everyone has equal access. Okay. So, as I said, the names are pretty indicative, which is really handy. It's just about remembering. Are there any questions? Okay. It will take a bit of practice. We are going to do a case study together toward the end of the lesson today, which was a past makeup question. So I'll get you to do your normal textbook questions, and then toward the end of the lesson we'll do a big case. Okay, so you can get on with your questions now. And then probably in the last 15 minutes or so, we'll do one together. the answers. I'd like to start with question 4. So question 4 talks about the strengths and limitations, which we didn't go through in the PowerPoint, so we'll go through it together now. So starting off with the advantages. So obviously an advantage is that it promotes good health and well-being by assisting in preventing diseases. Okay, so for example, things like reducing social inequities or addressing the broader determinants of health. They are essentially ways of preventing illness before it occurs. Okay, now we know with the biomedical approach, that only really addresses the condition once someone has it. Okay, so social model is really about preventing diseases, which is an advantage. It promotes overall well-being, so not just focusing on diseases, but someone's overall health and well-being, and including 5 dimensions. It is relatively inexpensive. Now, although health promotion programs can cost millions to implement, it is often, or the investment is often cheaper than having to treat people for conditions, or having the technology to treat people for conditions. Focusing on vulnerable populations, especially because it's acts to reduce social inequities. It's definitely addressing those vulnerable populations, like Indigenous Australians, those with low SES, those living outside major cities. Because it is focused on education, hence empowering individuals and communities, that education can be passed on to generations. So not only is it going to impact the current generation, who's being, who's actually getting the effects of the initiative, but they can pass the information on to their kids. And therefore, that promotes health for future generations as well. So it's sustainable. And the responsibility for health is shared. So particularly because it should involve intersectorial collaboration, it means that the responsibility for health is shared by a number of different people. Not just the health sector, but it's also, education or communities, things like that. Okay, so it kind of shares the responsibility. And disadvantages here. So although the model focuses on prevention, not every condition can be prevented. Okay, some conditions, someone has a genetic predisposition and therefore they're going to get it regardless of prevention. Okay, so as it says, a genetic condition, so they can be pretty hard to prevent. It does not promote the development of technology and medical knowledge, which the biomedical does, because the biomedical is so focused on treating diseases once someone has it. The social model is not. So it doesn't promote that development of technology like the biomedical does. It does not address the health and well-being concerns of individuals. So those who are sick, for example, are not a specific focus of the social model, which can negatively impact on their health and well-being. So it doesn't really focus on people with sick, it focuses on preventing people from getting sick. So therefore it doesn't necessarily address when people are sick. And health promotion messages may be ignored, so you can put out all the health promotion in the world, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to take it on board. Okay, so that obviously is a bit of an issue. Okay, here are some examples of interventions that could be implemented for measles. So measles was an infectious disease. It's still around, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. So for each of these interventions, you essentially needed to tell me whether it aligns most with the biomedical approach, so diagnosing, treating, curing people, or the social approach, preventing. So all children enrolling in primary school must be immunised. That is social. infectious disease. It also would involve intersectorial collaboration. Why?
Involve the school sector or education sector and the health sector.
Beautiful, yeah. So it would involve two separate sectors working together. So shared responsibility there. Free measles vaccines are provided for all children. It's kind of similar, so it would definitely be social, preventative. Antibiotics used to treat complications arising from measles. So that's literally says treating. So we're treating the condition with antibiotics, so it would be biomedical. A GP is consulted to diagnose measles, so diagnosing, that's biomedical. Children with measles must be kept away from preschool and school, that would be social because it is preventative. And vaccination information is provided in many different languages, that would be social. Now, for this last one here, which principle of the social model does that address? Most, anyway.
Would we ask to reduce social
Let's do question 8. Okay, so for this model, you were given a number of diseases. We won't go through all of them, but you essentially needed to tell me how the biomedical model could contribute to dealing with that disease and how the social model could contribute to dealing with that disease. So we've kind of spoken about infectious and parasitic already. Let's look at cancers. So the biomedical could use technology to conduct biopsies, x-rays, MRIs to diagnose, chemotherapy and radiation to treat, or surgery to remove. Okay, they are all either involving diagnosis, treatment, or returning someone back to their normal health. The social model, however, could use health promotion campaigns such as QUIT or SunSmart to encourage people to undertake behaviours that will prevent the development of cancer. So for example, SunSmart could be wearing sunscreen. QUIT could be not smoking, okay, to prevent lung cancer. Make changes to the environment in which people live and work to reduce exposure of cancer-causing substances. Introduce laws and policies that help people to make healthy decisions, such as increasing the cost of tobacco, unhealthy food, and things that can prevent people from getting cancer. Can you see the distinct difference between the two? Let's do one more. Which one would you like me to go through out of the 3 there? You found trickier to do?
I struggle with injury poison.
Okay, so biomedical approach could use technology to diagnose and treat those who suffer from injuries and poisoning. So if someone's been injured, we can use technology to diagnose the injury and therefore treat them. Surgery to repair broken bones, so often injuries can involve people breaking or fracturing bones, therefore surgery to treat that. Or antibiotics to prevent infection. Generally, if someone's injured their body in some way, if they have a broken wound, then they're going to need some sort of antibiotics to reduce the risk of infection. The social model approach could use health promotion campaigns such as KidSafe to provide a safe environment for children. They could introduce legislation such as, this is a really good example, such as the mandatory fencing of pools to protect children from drowning, and laws relating to drink and driving and speeding to prevent road injuries. So we know that drowning actually is quite high in terms of the causes of children. And there actually is mandatory fencing in place where if someone does get a new pool, to essentially prevent children from drowning. So that's a really good example of a social model. And also, yeah, campaigns around road safety, obviously road safety accidents and injuries. So that's a really good example as well. Does that help? Okay, cool. What we'll do is I want to show you the past VCAR question. I won't get you to actually write a response to it today, but I do want to go through it with you. Just so you can kind of get like a feel for the sort of questions that you'd be asked. So this was from, I think it was from the 2020. Let's double check that. Actually, it might be more recent. So this is something that you will quite likely be given. So a sort of case study on a project or some sort of initiative that's being implemented. And you would be expected to have a read through and to identify what principles of the social model have been addressed. Okay. Now, for the question with this one, it says identify one principle of the social model of health and explain how it is reflected in the Bush Classroom project. Okay, so I think it's only 2 marks, or 3, no, 2 marks. So 1 mark for identifying the principle. So, you know, if you run out of time, just giving me the correct principle will already. And then explaining how it's reflected, that's essentially saying, okay, you need to pick out in the description exactly where that principle is reflected. Okay, you need to use the language in the scenario. So let's see if we can find any principles reflected here. So in Western Australia, a bush clinic for Aboriginal men has been implemented with the aim of breaking down barriers to accessing hospitals and healthcare. Thoughts? Any of the principles reflected there? Yep. I'm just going to write short. Cool. And this is sort of what you would be expected to do if you got to the stack. You sort of want to go through and underline and highlight where you can see the principles reflected. It has brought together health experts from hospitals, mostly Noongar men, into the bush to talk about mental and physical health. Any of the principles reflected in that sentence? Yeah, what were you going to say?
Act to reduce.
Yes, could be. Yeah. There's a few reasons later on. But yeah, I would have said intersectorial collaboration. Is that what you're going to say? Yeah. Because we're bringing together different people. So, Noongar men and then also experts from hospitals. Cool. You could also say that since the project is targeted for Aboriginal men and it is being delivered by Aboriginal men, you could also say that that's empowering Indigenous communities as well. Shame and a lack of confidence in the quality of treatment they receive can keep many Aboriginal men living in Western Australia's great southern region well away from modern health services. So we're kind of, this here is kind of showing that there's an inequity. And therefore the project is going to try and address that inequity. A group of 25 men attended the Bush Classrooms project on culturally significant sites around Albany once a week for 7 weeks. The program provided a comfortable, safe setting in which information could be shared with Aboriginal people. Okay, that's definitely an example of that.
that?
Could, I think there's one that this part relates to a bit better. So I would say this reflects empowering individuals because it's providing them with education. Okay, we're teaching them something. The Bush Classrooms project is a collaboration between locals, etc., which is also again what? Collaboration between different groups. Intersectoral, yeah, that one. Okay, so definitely a few different principles there, and they'll generally try and give you a case study where there's multiple reflected, so that you've got multiple opportunities to at least be able to do one. So I'll show you the marking guide so you can get a feel. Okay, so this is it here. So you can see that very mixed in terms of the marking. It looks like people either got 0 or they got 2. So, which is average of 1. So most students who correctly identified a principle of the social model were able to explain how it was reflected. Okay, so generally that says that if they could identify one, they generally were able to explain how it was reflected. Okay, this makes sense. Some students changed the wording of the principle and therefore changed its meaning. This is why I said you've got to be really careful that you're learning the principles word for word. So for example, addresses the broader determinants and addresses the broader determinants of health were used in place of addresses the broader determinants of health. Sorry, that's dimensions there. So you have to be very careful, make sure your language is on point because I don't want you to lose marks to silly things like that. Those responses to receive marks, 20 marks. So other principles that were reflected were these two here, and they're really the main ones that we picked up on as well. I personally would have gone with the incentorial one because it was so clear there. All you have to do is repeat it. Yep.
Say on like the exam or the SAP or whatever, if you do addresses the broader factors of health, do you lose the mark for that? Because it says it in the textbook, in the brackets. Or would it just be better to go to terms?
Just very determinants to say. Yeah. Okay. So obviously those ones were identified there too. And a example, so here this is kind of like when we were doing like the biological factors, etc. How you need to list like a factor. You've got to list the principle really clearly. So they've said acts to enable access to healthcare. The Bush Classrooms project aims to help Aboriginal men access modern health services. They've used a quote. This is really good. You can use quotes from a study. Looks really good. Okay. Also saves you from having to think what to write. By making healthcare more culturally appropriate to them to address their shame and lack of confidence and potential. Okay. You can see it's not a particularly long answer. It's only worth 2 marks, but you just have to use an example from the case study. Okay. So when we do Ottawa tomorrow, it's literally the same format. It's just different principles. Okay. So we'll go through the different principles tomorrow, but it's exactly the same. Like you get a case study, you've got to pick out where the principles are. Okay, you can pack up. They'll start to go. Okay, that's okay. As I said, it's the same skill. It's just different principles. Right. So if you just go over them, and then we'll go over them in revision anyway. So if there's anything else to go over. Thank you. No problem.
Hey, my job! I'm good, John!
Yeah, pass the ball.
Doesn't that mean sister?
Yeah.
Van shot.
But oh!
Oh, fucking idiot.
Got him. No.
How many times do you shave? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Nah, that's what
Alex. Oh. And who takes the pants on your pants? Good. Nice. Another good. Interference.
Yeah!
MVP. He's missing here. Go for it. On the run.
Zero, remember me?
Fuck no. Go top left. Don't go back to Craig. Fucking gift us. Yeah! What a goal. Oh, my legs. Yeah, last goal. You're study last.
There you go, now it's alright. Kind of bug. Wait, kind of. I miss fucking year 9, bro. Please, year 9. Oh, that was easy. That was easy.
Did you ever do the work? I can't remember doing any work in there.
Yeah, 8 year 9. We all did
How about you give me some of the work sometimes?
Wait, that was out, wasn't it?
I never did the work.
Save it, bro. Oh.
Oh!
How do you not fail, because it's year 8. You can't fail year 8. It only matters now.
You fucking can, but...
Oh, well,
11 and 12,
you
bro.
could, but they're not going to hold you back.
Yeah, they literally can't hold you back. You can fail, but you can't stay.
There's no
What?
point. Like year 8 and year 9.
Working on mine class.
No,
it was Zoom. It was online class.
Yeah, we had Susie's team.
Of course! Oh, of course, what a surprise. Let me fucking record that.
iPhone 8 Plus.
Get a grip, mate. Get a grip, mate. Where's your shooter?
Fucking top left. Try and go. I don't know, that's a suggestion, you have to do that. Do you want?
You're gay, alright?
I'll kick it there.
Oh, gangster!
Where's your thing?
One little kid.
What a bitch,
Yeah,
bro!
what? Do you have a fucking claw?
Almost stuck it in the van. Yeah, I do.
Miss it.
Oh, look. Not really.
How's Delphi going?
Very good.
What's she doing?
She's at Swinburne now. She's at another school.
Oh, she changed her name?
I don't fucking know. It's weird.
What do you call her now?
Delphi.
She does OnlyFans.
No, she doesn't do OnlyFans.
Are you fucking sure, mate?
I'm very fucking sure.
Do you know that board where like the challenge and shit? But on
Whoa!
in Gary's like room.
Yeah.
Made up there. We're looking at it. Great sense of like addiction, self-harm, like called the cops or something.
Grace.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's fucking weird, bro.
she went to my primary school. Grace.
Fucking weirdo.
Alex.
Grace. Houston.
Oh. That's right, she's got epilepsy apparently.
What's that?
I don't know, she's seizures and stuff, I think.
Not bad.
I saw in that note in the office.
Really?
I don't know. Grace Newstead.
Oh, fuck.
The one with the overbite.
Dan and Caitlin got me fucking dropped. What the fuck is that? What happened?
Dan and Caitlin got me a
When
bracelet.
did you drop it?
I don't fucking know. I just checked my fucking thing now.
Who's Caitlin?
My fucking girlfriend!
Not bad.
Oh, fuck.
What did you drop?
A bracelet.
Hey, have you guys ever fought?
Oi! You better fucking Go on, Zorn! He's gonna bash you. No.
Move, mate.
Back up! Oh, that's nice. That's fucked up. What are you gonna tell him? I don't break up with him, but I lost the block.
She knows it's dropped a few times before, that's the thing. Who don't Josh? No, the magnetics fucking
I actually don't know where he is.
yeah!
Come in! I'm not getting that. You don't want him this. 5 minutes, they won't get it.
I haven't watched it. I haven't even watched it before.
Yes.
You wear it in bed or something. Have you watched yours?
Fuck, are you?
Not off my mum.
Fuck, I haven't washed mine before.
Hey, Daddy.
Ah.
I gotta tell it.
One of us is...
30 seconds. You don't breathe, you put pressure.
Well,
and then someone pushes you.
One of us is gonna fucking die. One of us is dying at that
Sounds like
moment.
some mini Josh, do it.
We will fucking die.
Do it.
Pass that challenge.
now you do it. You know how to do it.
Look. Yeah, go like that and don't breathe when you're up here. Put pressure like this.
No, can't.
Then we push your chest.
One of us in the water, maybe. No. Yes, Alex, that's what you said. Hang on.
Come on, coach.
You go, Brayden. Come on, go for it. Yeah, oh, does that even count? Does that count? Oh, that's so cool, though. Oh, man.
Bro, do you know that I was smoking weed on the bus?
Put the fucking bottle in
Fuck
your pants.
off. Your pen. Do you know the pen?
Yeah. Just put the bottle in your pants, bro. That's what I'd do. Just shove it in my fucking ass.
Where's the air?
Hit them!
What are you doing, Brayden?
What'd you say when you got caught?
What were you doing when you got caught?
Because I don't give a fuck about anyone. They put me in one room by myself for fucking 7 hours waiting for my mum to come. They took my phone too.
You're just sitting there.
You're a cop?
In the room.
Wait, who caught you? What kicked him? Cowan.
Oh, Cowan.
Oh, he's a dickhead now. I saw Duckett, Miss Kappas and Cowan at Waivers.
I had a dream that I got hired at Kmart.
You know,
Fucking parents gave me a free meal.
He's a dickhead, bro.
You can make that dream a reality.
He's a fucking dick.
It's like his best friend.
Oh,
Yeah. But Josh acts like he doesn't like him. Sasha.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like
their
best friends.
but he always used to say that. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, they're fucking best friends.
I was with Theo, we were eating HSBs down near the charcoal and he comes in, we're like, oh, who's so try, and he pulls in his shitty scooter. It's like, oh, I'm getting HSB large for my family, and we're eating large on our own, and we're like, oh yeah, not bad. So, oh, see you later.
Alex, look.
Go on, Alex. Go for it. What are you doing? Got the jet first.
Alex, look. This is it.
Oh, it's another one. No, that's jet. That's Sasha on top of it. No, I've got a different one. So that's Sasha. That's Sasha.
The blue shirt and the black.
Fuck, they're fat. I mean, is someone gonna take them down?
Who won?
The other time.
Wait, Sasha, what's his last name?
It was the one from Mulgate.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
it was
is this
him.
a Sasha fight?
Yeah, one of the,
Yeah,
I won.
Oh,
I remember him. He got to Wellington.
UFC.
Take it. I don't.
Yeah.
He went to our primary school.
Oh, you ran a drop, Jenna?
Josh, Jenna. Fucking hell.
Is that them? Is that them? Is that them fighting?
Not
So-
drop, Jenna. Start from someone else.
Oh. Fuck. You know he messaged me, Jeff, saying like, I'll click on this to get like a reward or something. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Where you got fucking sat on?
Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Fuck. Really show it.
I can have it.
Oh, fuck. Josh was talking about it when it happened. Who? Josh.
I got the next fucking random.
Holy shit, which one's Jet? The one in the bush. What year was that?
Fuck, I don't have it.
2 years ago.
No, I don't have it though.
Yeah, it would be in Wheelers or what?
That was a really nice touch. I'm gonna go over. No. Great, Mark.
Really? It's just another, right? I got a friend who went to a Catholic school in Cheltenham. And he told me how fucked RE is. He said a lot of lessons to look at like scrolls and shit. I remember when we had to do RE in Pratt. I remember jack shit from that. We got a Bible from it, which was cool. But again, there was no point. They stopped it after like grade 1. What was the point? It was a normal public school. I don't need. So many people opt out of it anyway. I remember
If I could read Greek, then fuck yeah, I'd read it, but no, can't. So fine. You get call your phone, they take it. Man, I fucking brought iPad. Every single teacher will take it. You know what I fucking brought to primary school? iPad, DS, phone, all that shit.
my friend who went to Catholic school in Cheltenham, he told me how, because he's like a really, so he went to St. Bede's, the religious leaders wouldn't get him wouldn't let him get Jesus on the back of his control jacket.
Yeah, you have to get,
Feels like
you have to get your last name.
something.
That's it.
Where's,
Oh.
wait, where's you still speak to Zachary?
You know what we
Oh,
fucking,
Dolphy's friends with him.
You know
They
fucking,
reckon a swim band.
what room is it? C1, the fucking C1 room, what we were doing. Fucking, we found a TV in there, we're like, oh, fuck, let's find an HDMI cord. So we go get the HDMI cord that was in the tray. One side's fucked, like completely fucked, you're not going to be able to get it, this kind of scabber. Then, we're like, fuck it, we're looking around. So we go to the library, looking around for the computers. Usually they're there, all of them are fucking gone. So, we went over to IT, and this guy goes, can we please HDMI cord? And I'm like, excuse me, can we have an HDMI cord? They gave us one, so we go back into the room. We're watching fucking Fat Pizza, playing Las Vegas, and everything. Oh, and then Mr. Land comes in the class.
Oh, thank you all, boy.
We're watching Fat Pizza, and the worst time is, you know, there's like, they're watching their TV, and then the chick start going like this, and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh shit, spam fucking something. It's like a porno.
Bro, they even locked me in the closet.
Yeah, we locked him in the closet, and this can't tell him about it. It was fucking fun.
Nah, fucking Javel comes in, takes the chair. I'm like, shut the fuck up below. In there, he pushes the cone out, and then Javel leaves. And then
Swamp ass.
fucking starts yelling. I see his head in the little tiny square. And while the door is closing, you just see Chris close the door, behind him, and then he closes it, and then he just hears.
It's like,
And then Mr. Lamb didn't even realise, bro. Thank God.
Oh my god, I had Mr. Lamb last year.
He cracked it more that his TV was in a trolley.
Did you see the video?
Oh yeah, and we were watching the TV out on the fucking thing, and I went to lift it, and the bottom part of the whole thing fucking falls down.
What was he saying? Kurt was just staring at him.
Consequences. Yeah, consequences.
Fucking Mr. Lamb.
Why's TJ with a bunch of you at year 9?
Where's his cupcake cunt?
Oh, what the fuck? Where's the
Oh, I
mustache?
don't fucking know. Oh yeah, because some of them went on the US trip with us, that's why. I think he's friends with one of
Hey,
them.
call TJ over and call him a pedo.
You remember Jack Corcoran? That kid's his brother, type.
Yeah, that's not bad. Has he, no? I think I saw him the other. He's pretty tall.
That guy's at Gambles now.
I don't know what they're doing, to be honest.
DJ, you
Look at this. I don't know if you saw this. Oh, Bilal, I'm telling him. We're gonna buy it.
Too late.
Oh!
You ain't ready for this fine. Even Josh is good for it. 3-9.
What?
Off 9 times someone died. It's deceased to say.
Oh! Fuck off!
I know.
29!
Yeah.
How long did it last for?
1 day, not even.
That would have been at least 5 hours.
I think the one that's $12 grand.
$4 grand like that. Would have bought it too.
Did you not?
We're too busy dawdling though. Instead of buying it.
That's what you do. You just save it, look at
Bro,
it. and
TJ's picking up little kids.
Yeah, but it's another car. Like we don't have.
We're picking them up.
then- Yeah, I don't have the space.
We have space, but like, you know, it's another fucking car. Like,
Here you go. This is the car I want. Jeep. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Jeep.
Looks like a Jeep.
No engine fucking photo.
Things coming. Not that. Fuck is she gonna do? I don't know. Thank God I don't have passing to it.
Let me run on for one.
Are you gonna start me?
Yeah. I have to figure it out. That can, it went through the hole. Fucking hole.
Give me a good cross. Oh,
Wow, give the ball.
what is
I think it's a pass.
Does anyone play foot? Fuck something. Nathan! Ah, get it!
Thank cat.
What, you know,
Yeah, brother.
haven't had any good crosses though. Watch this cross.
I know why I'm There you go, I did it. I got the assist. Win for me.
Jump. I'm gonna call it for fine. Another one. That was a good cross. Boy, let's see if crosses are better. If it's mine, I'm calling Barris, alright? Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, mine.
Take the fucking opportunity.
I'm gonna say that on
I'm managed anyway.
Huh?
I'm managed anyway. I'll be back up, we'll be on the bed.
We'll be the backup.
Yeah.
Backup. Yeah.
Who's the backup then? Oh, okay. Hello, yeah.
This is it right here.
This guy doing? They're doing my steak. That's dumb. It's so fucking easy.
Yeah, some of them were on the trip with us to the US. That's why.
Well, you went on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good.
Oh,
It was rushed though, 'cause it was 10 days.
Where did you go?
Like,
Was it like for NASA and shit?
yeah, it was like NASA. It was like Orlando, Los Angeles, San Francisco. It was good, they just rushed it. Because, for example, we went to like Knott's Berry Farm, like the theme park. TJ and him and Ty, and some other kid, we all went on this like roller coaster. I left, come back. They went on it twice.
Didn't TJ post a picture of him shirtless or some shit?
Oh no. And he delayed us 30 minutes. Plus, we didn't get to do much shit. Like in our free time. I think it should have been like 2 weeks in the December school holidays. That way we wouldn't rush it so much. That's fucked up.
Yeah, this is David right here.
What the heck is that? Right, David, what's your name on Snap? Wits. Oh, was that you that requested? Oh, my feet.
Just fucking created it.
Victoria.
Shut up, bro. That's fucking me.
Oh, keeper's not ready.
Oh no, I'm doing that. Ah, shit, man. Yeah.
Fucking 6 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Oh, almost fall there, buddy.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm gonna go to the office quickly.
She might be going to class now.
Well,
So-
she's doing
but
a test too, so it's better for me to check that first, just in case.
maybe see if she's there.
Yeah.
And see whether
then 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can play off the 3 to 6. And then it's from Yeah, I've gone to the office. Yeah, I've gone to the office.
I was gonna do it, you didn't bring my laptop.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
He's not present here.
What? I've been here the whole day.
Sometimes office people just mark us absent for no reason.
Yeah.
Have you signed it at the office?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'll have to back this there. Hey, Gary. Alright, TJ, how you doing? You didn't see it Nothing happened. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Figure out that table. Exactly. Right, you're late. Alex in. You're late. Aaron, boy, you're late. Josh, you're late. Kira's not in, is she? What happened? Did he try and jump you? Oh, yeah, he's just sitting. Yeah, he's just gymnastics. Yeah, nice to have you. Is that the natter? Yeah.
Would you want to?